Okay, here we go again. We're going to do another lighting fixture type. This one we've got a specific request on our forums for a Dynamo 250. It's a standard scanning headlight by JB Systems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create this inside of the VenueMagic user fixture library, upload the results to the website, and also allow you guys to see kind of the process I go through when I actually create these individual lights. So I'm going to get down here to the actual DMX profile. Okay, so this is specifically DMX configuration of Dynamo 250, and Dynamo 250 barrel. Kind of really generic description here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this so we can actually bring it full screen. I'm going to actually publish this out to YouTube at a real high resolution as well, so that we can actually, so you can actually zoom right in, be able to kind of see exactly what's going on while I do this. So basically, this is a standard, real basic 4-channel scan head. So I'm going to come over here into VenueMagic, Tools, User Fixture Library. I don't think I have anything for that manufacturer yet. Nope. Go back and make sure I have the right manufacturer. JB Systems. Add JB Systems. Okay. And we're going to call this one the Dynamo 250. And this is a scan head fixture type. Click OK. And then we'll get back to our DMX profile right here. Okay, so as you can see here, channel 1 is pan, channel 2 is tilt. And let's go, so we'll switch to VenueMagic, we'll add excuse me, motion XY. I use motion XY for scan heads and motion PT, pan tilt, for moving heads. Kind of gives a little, because they act a little bit different, and so the XY gives a little bit more precision, and we have some of our some of our built-ins that actually work for XY better as a scan head. Just a little piece of information to know. So there's that one. Next is going to be shutter. We'll start 07 blackout, 08 through 15. Okay, so because there's different selections that you can actually do, I'm going to choose selector type. We're going to add one selector type, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types. So we're going to add 5 different selections. Okay, this will allow us to actually set up inside of VenueMagic exactly how this particular fixture functions. So we have blackout instead of off, so this is called blackout. I set the hardware minimum value, hardware max value. This dimmer fader I'll go into in just a minute here. The second one here is for open, and that is 8 to 15. The third one is 16 to 131, and that's shutter speed. Okay, now this is where I will actually turn on dimmer fader. What this tells VenueMagic is that for this particular range, it can be any value in this range. Or for the other types of ranges that are not set to dimmer fader, It just tells the VenueMagic that in this range, it doesn't matter what the value is, it's going to do this one thing. So VenueMagic automatically takes and calculates the exact middle point of that range and sends that middle point out to the fixture. So this one is 16 to 131, and the way I can tell this is that what they're representing here, slowest speed shutter to the fastest speed shutter, it appears to be a range. Just like this next one here, for shaking, is 132 to 247. I'm going to suppose that that is also a range, just because usually it's a shaking slow or shaking fast. So I'm going to go there, shutter speed, and this is shaking. This is dimmer fader. It was 132 through 247. And then the last one is also an open. Now, one thing you will notice is that VenueMagic will not allow you to use the same name. Reason for this isn't immediately clear, and please trust me on this. We're doing this because of a function that will be coming out in the future, which will allow you to script different things like this. It's also why you can see it put an underscore instead of a space into the shutter speed. So I'm going to go ahead and save that much. We're going to do this. We're going to change this to be shutter, the label on that. And now we have to add a Gobo wheel. Okay, so this has a Gobo wheel. So I can come in here, pick Gobo wheel, and I need to count how many Gobos. So I've got white, yellow, blue, red, green. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 12 is a range. So come down here, we're going to do 12, click OK. Now we have 12 Gobo settings. So the first one is going to be white. It's not a range, and it goes 0 to 11. Yep. 12 through 23 is yellow. 24 through 34 is blue. 35 through 46 is blue, red, green. 47 to 58 is green. 59, 69 pink. Red, yellow, green, blue. That goes to 81. '93 magenta. Red goes to 104. Blue magenta goes to 116. There. And then white again. I'm going to call this white pattern. Goes to 127. Okay. Next one is going to be a Gobo change. That's what I'll call it. And it is a dimmer fader, so it's can be anything in that range, and click OK. And now we're going to go ahead, and now we've completed that. I'm going to export this fixture. Scroll down here, JB Systems, Dynamo 250. OK. VenueMagic. Okay, we're going to call this the Dynamo 250. Click OK. Now if I wanted to import, I can just use the import VenueMagic fixture file, click OK, and go out and import it. That's how you go about importing the ones that I put the ones that get posted on the forum. So I'm going to go save and close. Now just so that we can understand exactly what going through that whole process of setting up the selections does, I'm going to put this over here, drag that fixture over here to the lamp track, and put a level control on it. Okay. Now, so when I go to shutter, and I pick a point here, notice that we now have this selection. If I go to blackout, it's going to automatically put it at the specific value needed for blackout to occur, which can be actually anything from the 0 to 7 range. VenueMagic automatically puts it at probably 3 or 4. Open, notice it automatically pops. So I can also move it, and it's going to automatically pop in those ranges. Okay? But if I do shutter speed, notice it pops it to the middle, but now I have the full range available to me. And if you look at the range value, 25% on up to 100% before it switches into shaking. You can see it switch right there. And so on. Gobo's the same way. Gobo, if I click Gobo, you can see I can pick any particular Gobo, white pattern, or I can go into the Gobo change range. So you can see it right here how I've got a full 0 to 100% range for Gobo change. And that's basically the reason why we add all of those, so that we can actually have a real good piece of functionality for people to make it real easy to program. So that's it for this video. Have fun. Post your questions below.